Hey guys, John and Guy here from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new Sky Wing board. Now this board is for wingding. So a few little differences. They kind of did this to fit between the prone surf range and the sup range. Sizes, what do we got in sizes, Guy?
4'8", 5 and a 5'4", which you're looking at here.
So 5'4", 95 liters. So it's going to be enough volume for, say, a guy my size, comfortably to get going on your knees, and then you can get to your feet. Still a bit on the tippy side to stand up straight. Now, shape-wise, they've done quite a bit of these. Now the shapes are different between the smaller two and then the 5'4". So they've really concentrated on the 5'4" on early planing. So it's a very flat bottom, particularly through the back end to get it up and going, where you can really see a massive double concave, a bit more wave ride focused, with rails that aren't going to grab on the smaller two boards. Now, Guy, you ride the smaller board?
I do. So what we're finding, volume really important in light winds for guys. I ride this board down to about 14, or a real 14 or 12 knots, but under that, I'm 75 kilos, this is 55 litres, I start to sink it when I'm not powered. So I did find out the hard way a few times where you do need something. I think like the 5 for me is 75 litres, equal to my body weight. I'll be able to ride it in the lightest winds possible. This, even being a bigger board for me at 95 litres, felt unreal. In light wind, everything is easy to get up. And much better than my 6-foot sup for winging. It was amazing. Even though it's
a shorter,
lot shorter, yeah. It was unreal.
Well, that's what you were finding we need. It's just that shortest board possible, because you just kind of say get up on your knees and then get to your feet, as opposed to on your sup as a more beginner in the wingdings to get to your feet and then sheet on and go.
Yeah, so different with the little boards. Little boards, you're actually underwater and you've got to find a real balance point. I think 4'8" is the smallest that wing boards are going to go, and for heavier guys, the 5 and 5'4". Under that, your nose goes under and you do find it really hard to actually engage the wind.
So what they've done on a few of these boards that Sky's put into the design, there's a handle on the bottom, makes carrying it nice and easy. Boxes go fairly back to the back end. It's a really kind of fairly straightforward setup on the bigger one. Like I said,
the brick,
really just to get it planing. It's a block of foam. But on the deck, you do have quite a nice little concave deck. It gives you just a little bit more control. A bit more control when you basically, if you don't have foot straps. And the other thing is foot straps. So you do have quite a few options for foot strap placement. A lot of guys are starting to take these out with straps, boosting a few airs, stuff like that. So, foot straps. You ride foot straps?
No, I tried them, and for me, I will ride them again, but yeah, I felt it was just a little less freedom. I'm able to walk all over the board. I think for guys doing freestyle, definitely a great option. I've come from kiting. I think kiters don't want to jump as much, but I see a guy named Pat doing some massive events. He's ripping. He's in his late 50s, I think. Just joking. He's a weapon. He's actually getting, quite high out of the water on the flat.
Like windsurfing style jump.
Yeah, and everyone that sees him wants to jump, so I think that's going to be cool.
So yeah, you've got strap options, and you do have the center ridge just for your foot placement, so you kind of know where it is. Size-wise, I said the 95 liters, probably a bit small for someone at me at my 90 kilos to use as a sup foil board, but for someone your weight, you'd be able to paddle this.
That's probably, yeah.
So pretty cool boards. It's really nice to see some specific wingding stuff coming through the market now. We're going to have a few more coming through this season, and well, it's taken off huge because you can go flat water, and that's the beauty of this. You can go flat water in fairly light winds. I mean, what's the lightest on a big wing? What's the lightest you're getting on the wing?
With this or the 5-foot board, you'd get out in 8 to 10 knots pretty comfortably with the right foil wing. If you've got a big foil wing under the water. That
opens it up to a lot of inland areas and lighter areas for getting out on the water.
Yeah, like the last few days we've had to go to the flat water. It's been too offshore in the surf and the swell's been too big, so the guys have been getting out against tidal conditions. That helps a lot. We've had some really good wind against tide days, which is massive.
Yeah, having the tide assist, if you got 3 knots of current running and you're kind of on the borderline of going, that 3 knots of water movement will really help with your overall speed and kind of get you up and riding.
Yeah, and the flat water, the surf thing, I think what we're seeing, guys love both, and even guys that really love surfing are wingding on the flat water and having a ball. It's going to be probably the biggest part of it.
Yeah, well, it's a different sport. It's almost like kite surfing on flat water versus the ocean, totally different. Windsurfing, same thing. I think the light wind and the ease of packing this down. I mean, a wing can fold into a bag this big. This is a 5-foot foilboard, and it's the big one. Transporting this around, setting it up, storing it, nice and easy.
Downwinding. So downwinding for guys that paddle downwind on foils, that's probably the hardest thing to do. Wingdinging downwind is not easy, but it's becoming extremely addictive for guys that paddle. So we're finding the wing's just a really good way to get on the bumps, and then you can have a ball in really light wind. You can go in, nearly 10, 12 knots downwind runs. So that's becoming extremely fun. Guys that can't and probably never paddle will all be able to wing downwind, and it's going to be something.
What gives you that opportunity, doesn't it? Where the guys who come from stand-up paddleboarding, they're on 14s and the limited downwinding, who are out there in 25, 35, 40, plus knot days to get a downwind session. You're able to do that at 8 to 10 knots. That's a massive
addition, yeah. So in summer, when we've got no waves and it's really small, I couldn't be bothered kiting. I'll be using a wingding board, and the deeper you go in the ocean, the bigger the bumps go, even on a really small swell day. So the downwinding will be unreal. For guys up North Queensland where it's flat water and no waves, they're frothing on downwinding because they've got no waves. They can just do a 20k run off the wind, and it's seriously addictive. It's the same as actually downwind paddling. It's not as hard to learn, and yeah, it's going to be more people to go with, and it's going to be more fun because you're not on your own all the time.
Well, we went off a bit of a tangent, but that is what the wingding is like. You kind of get started on one side of it, and then you just start getting deeper and deeper into the sport, diversifying the different sides of things. It's really something that's taking off this year, and we're going to see massive amounts of it come up this summer.
So a little thing on toe side in the ocean, a lot of guys, when you're downwinding, think you're riding your normal stance very twisted. You actually bring your front foot around a bit like a sup position, and it allows you to move your hips more facing your wing, so that then you can actually sail without this twist in your spine. So it's a real helpful tip if you're just getting back upwind, or you're sailing across the wind on your wrong side. Beautiful thing about a boom is when you're toe side, you can actually ride one-handed a lot, especially when you're downwind too. You might be in your surf stance. Your board's not cutting across the wind. If you're going quick downwind, you're actually in your perfect surf stance. The wing is not actually twisting you at all because you're surfing. And so a lot of the time people say, well, doesn't that hurt all the time? But no, this is held up, and you're just surfing, and you actually outrun your wing. Sometimes your wing's behind you, and you're just trying to search for new bumps. And as soon as you might run out, or you've gone too aggressively down a swell, you can just sheet on the backhand, bit of power. You can actually chuck the wing in one hand and hold it out in front of you, dead downwind, and it'll pull you downwind and get you through bumps. So it's a real addictive feeling when you get the wing pulling you through bumps. And the trick is not to basically run into the back of a bump, and if you do, you've got to come in with lots of speed to get through the next bump, and that's how you win races.
Suppable? Do you sup foil this?
He could. Guy could sup that easy.
This is 95 litres.
No, I know you could, but Could you?
I could,
The big-
probably, maybe. If I could stand up, I'd probably paddle it out, gut paddle it.
Could you? Have you tried standing on it straight? No.
I can sort of stand on it.
It's 26 wide. That's why.
Tippy as. For me. It's underwater.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm
That was
standing
92.
under the water.
Are you filming now?
Okay, ready to go?
Oh, not ready. I feel all agitated.
Bite your lips.
Yeah,
get them
you
all
should have
red
had a
and juicy.
fight before you
You shouldn't fight for videos.
It's good. It's just like fighting before sex.
Fighting the... Anyway, silkiness.
Okay, it's the Sky, the new Wingding board.
Yep.
Woohoo! Okay, go.